sure don't look as good as I've been looking. What up, you guys? I'm in a hotel room. Okay, so I don't have my normal setup tonight. Y'all let me know how I sound. Sound good? Because it looks like the volume is a little low. If anybody's here, I know it's late, but I don't know. I just wanted to come check on you guys, but maybe Danny can let me know really quick. Can y'all hear me okay? Ooh, I done turned the microphone off. It's different. Like, we stream through OBS, right? So it's different. Just going live without that. Hi, Miriam. What's up, love? Can you hear me okay? Before I continue, if anyone can let me know. I'm feeling a little soft-spoken tonight too, man. I don't know if it's just me. I feel like, thanks, babe. I feel like it might not be just me, but I don't know. I wanted to pop by for a little bit. I haven't been on in like 3 or 4 days, I think. And also, I have no expectations for this live stream tonight. I just wanted to get up here and I want to hang out with you guys, or maybe if you're watching the replay and you just need a little hangout with Empress of Duality in her PJs, okay? This is a onesie. Yes, it is. Okay. Hold on, wait. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yeah. What y'all know? My onesie game has been strong these past few days. But anyways, I don't know, maybe some of you guys just needed a little break from your lives, from what you got going on. So I have no expectations for this live stream. I just got up here, man, because I just feel like maybe some of you are, just myself too, maybe just need a little break and a little hangout and just a little stress relief. Maybe to take your mind off of some of the things that have been going on, or, just relax for a little bit. But I would like to open it. If you have any questions for me, I do have some new decks for us. Really, really excited about my new decks. Divine Feminine Oracle and the Tarot of Oppositions. So I would like to open it up to you guys. If you do have a question, or something you just maybe just need a little help with, I'm here for you. And I got your back. But yeah, I don't know what it is, but the collective just feels sensitive tonight. Is it lagging? I'm at a hotel. Is it lagging, Misty? I'll try to continue if it's not. I didn't know how it was going to be. I didn't know how the audio was going to be. See, we're in a hotel room, right? So y'all let me know. Might not be able to hang out with y'all tonight. I wasn't sure, but I was going to fucking try it because I love you guys. But anyways, like I was saying, I don't know. I don't know if just the collective inner child has been really in the forefront lately. I know for me personally, my inner child, my inner child is quite the character. She will let me know when she is pissed off, like when she is upset, when she wants to fucking snack, when she'll let me know, but also, in my readings and the other tarot readers that I watch, Untitled Tarot is probably my favorite. Her and Water Baby are like my go-tos. They're really basically the only tarot readers I have watched recently. But even in some of their messages and my clients' messages, and just in general lately, there has been this need to create space for the inner child. And I find it kind of funny because when we did Twin Flame trivia for my birthday at the end, one of the questions that came through from Spirit was, what is the inner child? And, the textbook, I guess you could call it, textbook definition for the inner child is, behaviors, sometimes even trauma and things in our past, things that we've learned, right? Is basically the inner child. Our experiences that are learned, positive and negative. That's like the textbook definition. And, the question was worth like 1 point, 2 points, but then Spirit had a definition for the inner child. And Spirit's definition was that the actual purpose and function of this side of us that we refer to in the spiritual community as the inner child is actually the part of us that facilitates purification, right? And like that made so much sense to me when Spirit brought it through, because it's like, oh yeah, duh. Because think about it. Every time you do inner child work, what happens? You revisit some things, maybe go back in your past to a childhood trauma, a childhood experience. Most of the time we're going back to negative experiences that the inner child had, right? There are positive experiences as well, but just for the sake of what I'm going to talk about right now, we're going to talk about the negative experiences, right? We do our inner child work. We go back to our childhood trauma, our negative experience that created negative beliefs about ourselves and, negative emotional response patterns, negative behavior, that kind of thing, right? And what happens when you do that? You begin to change your perspective about that experience. And then what does that facilitate? Liberation from that wound, liberation from those stories, that the story that you've been telling about the experience that keeps you chained to the identity that was created for you in that experience, right? And it makes so much sense when you think about it that way. The inner child facilitates purification. It purifies the mind. It purifies the emotions. What else happens when we go back to the inner child and we dig stuff up? Emotions are released, right? Even emotions that were buried that we had no idea were even sitting inside of us are discovered, uncovered, and what happens? They're purified, right? So anyway, I love that one. That was like my favorite question that we did for Twin Flame Tarot. Yeah, Misty, I listened to it yesterday. It's hot in here. I gotta give me a little bit of air. Yeah, Misty, I listened to it yesterday. I did like it. I like MGK. I think that MGK and MGK and Megan Fox, they date, right? I don't know if you've ever watched them together as a couple, but they're lit. They are lit. Megan Fox, she has always been one of my favorite actresses. Now I see why our frequencies were similar, right? I resonated with her even before she was into all of the, spirituality and stuff. But she's like hardcore into astrology. But anyways, let me see. I went off on a rant there for a second. The inner child needs to speak, right? Before I wrap up this message, if you have been feeling blocked, and then I promise I'll check in with the chat. If anyone said they wanted me to pull a card, I'll do that. But let me finish what the inner child wants to say to you guys. If you have been feeling blocked, if you have been feeling creatively blocked, if you have been just angry for really no reason, right? You're just like frustrated and like irritated and irritable, but like nothing's really going on for you to be irritated or frustrated, right? If you've been feeling that way, sometimes that is how the inner child communicates, right? You gotta think about a kid. What does a kid do? To let's say they can't talk, they don't have words. A kid that cannot communicate through words is going to express emotions, right? So if you got all of these different emotions coming up and you don't know where they're coming from, especially like loneliness, right? If that's one, that's usually a pretty good sign to tap back into your inner child, right? If you've been feeling blocked, if you've been feeling frustrated, angry, that's all of like how an inner child communicates, hey, pay attention to me, right? So if you've been feeling that, just want to, give you a little gentle reminder to just tap back into that inner child. How do you do that? Literally anything that makes you feel childlike. Sometimes that can be as simple as eating some ice cream. Sometimes it's as simple as putting on a onesie and putting your hair in freaking pigtails. Like, it's that simple. But anyway, let me see what y'all are saying. Let me see. I said hi to Miriam. Joa. Joao. Joa. Hello. How are you? Grace. Hi. Hi, could you please read me? What's your question? I used to watch Rodin all the time. Think that is how I found you. That's my girl. It could be Misty. I'm a moderator on her channel, so you may have seen me. Hey Cheryl, welcome. You love that I'm in my jammies? Oh yeah. You know what else? You know what else the inner child's good for? Man, gotta focus on it and figure it out. And everything's so serious and everything's so personal. And child, kids have this beautiful ability to just get lost in themselves, lost in the wonders of the world, lost in their imagination, right? It's funny. A couple days ago, I was just like in a really shit mood. And then I can't even remember what I was doing. It's something I enjoyed. I think I was watching one of Lauren's videos. I enjoy that. Like, that's fun for me, right? And playing with cards is fun for me. And I was watching one of her videos, and by the end of the video, it just like really surprised me how much I had forgotten about everything that I was stressing myself out about, everything I was overwhelming myself with. So, yeah. Anyway, Grace, can you tell me, will I be reunited with my dog who has passed when I die? One day too. I love that question, Grace. What's your dog's name? I love that question. And I think that you came to the right person to ask that question. You know why? You know my spirit animal is? See, you caught me on a day where I ain't got my full swag going. You feel me? But usually I have a background with a wolf. And her name is Nama. Namaste. That's what I tell her all the time. She back there like, namaste. Anyways, I'm being stupid. But, Grace. Grace. Here's what I want you to know about your baby. Your baby dog. And I went to school to be a vet technician. Something y'all might not know about me. But that's like my other driving force in this world. I love to serve people. I love spirituality, but I also love animals, and I have a really deep connection with animals. And there's one thing that being so deeply connected to my spirit animal, wolf, Nama, what she has taught me. When you lose anyone, someone, even an animal that you love, the beautiful thing about spirituality and believing in something bigger than us, believing in something bigger than yourself, believing in something bigger than what you can just see with your eyes, that is just fact, right? And what I learned, through losing my animals is that time and space, right? She doesn't have to be here in this time and space for you to connect with her, for you to feel her. And one of the main reasons that we really rely on our animal friends is because of the medicine and the love and the healing that it facilitates, right? So there's something that this dog did for you, this Grace. There's something significant that this dog offered you while she was here, she or he. And I feel like that's where your question is driven from. Whatever it was, her name was Trouble, okay. Whatever it was that Trouble offered you while she was here, I feel like that's really what deepened the connection and the love that you feel for her. To answer your question, yes, of course. However, I think that you should talk to her now, right? So I lost a best friend when I was a teenager. She died in a car accident, and I was mad at God. It was the first real female friend that I ever really had in my life that I could trust, that didn't fuck my boyfriends, that didn't screw me over. And then she died, and I was pissed at God because, that was the only real friendship I ever had. He could have taken any other girl in the world while my best friend, right? But maybe if it never would have happened, if our bond, right, like you in Trouble, there's a bond there, right? There's a love there that's undeniable. There's a love there that in many times helped you keep your head up, right? Helped you believe in the good things, gave you inspiration, gave you a reason to get up in the morning, right? Gave you someone to feel connected to. You weren't lonely, right? And I just got lost in that energy for a second. It's like those relationships, they take your breath away, right? They make you forget about everything. But here's what Trouble wants you to know. That sometimes things like that happen where you lose someone so close to you because it leads you to questioning things, and it leads you to believing in more than you can see. Why I brought up my best friend is because if I never would have lost her, I may have never went on this journey of awakening to spirituality, to God, to what that means to me and my own definition of God in past lives. But if you want my personal opinion, I think that the afterlife is just like this life, where we get to create our realities by what we think, what we feel, and what we do. We get to construct our lives in a certain way, and we all have free will to create our life in whichever way we want. I feel like the afterlife is very much the same. So let's say for me, if I believe in Christianity, not saying that I do, but if I believe in Christianity and that there's a heaven and a hell, and I believe that when I die, I'm going to go to heaven, and there's going to be these beautiful gates, and I'm going to see my family that's passed away and my dog that's passed away. To make your soul feel comfortable in that transition, that's what you're going to see. That's what God's going to give you when you pass away. You're going to see that golden gate with your family members and the dog that you lost, right? So that you are giving your soul permission to transition to your next journey or life. Ooh, that was beautiful. I loved that. Thank you for asking your question, Grace. I hope that I was helpful. But the main thing she wanted you to know is to connect with her now, because there was something special in the bond that you two had that you have access to now, even though she's not in your physical reality. Does that make sense? Hi, Destiny. Grace, you want to know what your dog's name makes me think of? Um, Dixie Chicks. The Dixie Chicks song, Trouble. I wish I could remember how it goes. You could ask me any other time and I'd probably remember, and right now, I don't. You're welcome. Destiny, hello. Thank you for liking and subscribing. What's your question, my love? What is your question? There goes the trouble. Seeing numbers with the wrong one. What is it? And you can say and you can't say she doesn't, but she just keeps holding on. There's the trouble. Grace, you know what I'm talking about? You've never heard that song? Girl. Well, maybe that's your message from your baby. That's a message from Trouble. Go listen to Trouble by Dixie Chicks. I feel like there's a message in there for you. Seeing double with the wrong one. And you can see a lover you can't see. She doesn't, but she just keeps holding on. Something about holding on for you, Grace. Just keep holding on. There's your trouble. I love that. My accent? What are you talking about? I ain't got no accent. It's like, I know. I'll be trying to put it on the down low, Grace. Sorry, but thank you. Hey, Lauren. What's up, love? I already binged watched my Untitled Tarot for today. I watched the whole Scorpio reading, commented about a dozen times. Poor Lauren. You know, there's some readers where like they don't like that shit. They don't like you. Like, you know how? Okay, so here, listen. On Facebook, you can like go live, and then if someone's watching the replay of your live, you can still comment like you're watching at that time, and it just feels in the chat, right? On YouTube, you can't do that. YouTube needs to update. But, oh, you don't mind when I comment? Okay, good. I be blowing her shit up, y'all. But it makes me feel like I'm like there and watching it, you know, in the moment. No, girl, I wish. I'm still working on that manifestation. I'm not in the States. I'm still in Canada, I'm in a hotel room. I don't know where Danny got out to. I bet you Lauren knows Trouble by Dixie Chicks. I bet you she does. There's the trouble. Oh, Grace, thank you so much. Look, I knew it. I knew it. I knew you were going to know the Dixie Chicks. Look, Lauren, my onesie game, okay? Listen, your girl's onesie game has been strong the past few days. What y'all know about that? I mean, listen, Grace, it's not a coincidence that you came up here and you asked me about your doggy Trouble that passed away, and I'm in a onesie with a dog on it. I've never worn this on my channel. There's your sign, baby. There's your trouble. Listen, Lauren, I was watching one of your videos the other day. Who knows which one? I'll be watching all your shit. But you're talking about the inner child. And I like felt it and it resonated. And Spirit was like, yes, you need to talk to your inner child. And then a day went by, 2 days went by, 3 days went by. And Spirit was like, so Brooke, you're a tarot reader. And you get frustrated when people come back to you and they keep asking the same things and you already told them the answer, right? You'd be frustrated when they do that because you feel like they're not listening or they're not willing to make a change. But did you not listen to Lauren's reading and you felt that resonate? And did you do anything? Did you listen? I was like, oh, shit. Well, let me go put my onesie on then. Spirit, damn. Spirit be calling me out, y'all, for real. And then, yeah. Chrissy, sure. What's your question, love? Oh, you're taking a bath. That's nice. And good night. Grace. Chrissy, you can ask whatever you would like. And like I said, I didn't really have any expectation. I just wanted to get up here because, man, Lauren, you're so good to me. She's so good to me, y'all. I swear. I don't even know how to accept the love that she is sometimes. You ever met someone that's just like so much love? It's like, I don't know what. That's how I feel sometimes. Thank you, Lauren. I love you. I can't wait to listen to it. Worried about my love life. Never been in love. Is love ever coming towards me? Single Libra. I love Libras. Let's see. Okay. And listen, this is my brand new tarot deck. And we're just doing a little light stuff, right? But the reason I got up here, I had no expectation for the stream. But I just remember, man, when I was going through stuff and I was struggling and I was having sleep paralysis where, like, seriously, I felt like demons and shit were trying to take my soul every time I went to bed at night. I ain't kidding y'all. And I just remember feeling so lost, but so lonely, man. I was so lonely, which is interesting because people that, like, I was a bartender, right? And I had so much personality, and people think I'm pretty. And to be a bartender and be good at your job and to make money, you kind of have to be able to connect with people and have a good time, make people laugh. And I was good at that. And everyone knew me, right? I was a bartender. We were a small town. Everyone knew me. Everyone saw this bubbly, fun, caring girl, made you feel special, made you laugh, took really good care of you at the bar, knew your drink and had it to you before you even asked. Like, I was that type of girl, right? But when I got home and I was at home by myself and I didn't have a boyfriend, my best friend had died, I just remember feeling so lonely, and I don't know. It felt like the collective was just sensitive tonight. And like I said, it could have just been me or me feeling someone in my family because I haven't cleared my energy today. So it could be a family member of mine that I'm picking up on, but I don't know. I just wanted to be here for a little bit. If you are feeling that way, if you need to just get out of your head for a little bit and not be lonely, and I want you to know that if you are feeling lonely, there are people just like me showing up in this crazy doggy in the hotel room. I got you, and you don't have to be alone. And I understand you. That was probably one of the hardest parts for me is I felt so misunderstood. I felt so fucked up inside. Isn't it funny how, like, when you feel lonely, then you, like, isolate yourself, and then you feel even more lonely, and then as you continue to isolate yourself, you just feel like an outcast, but no one told you that you couldn't come along, or I don't know. It's just sometimes we can just get ourselves in such a weird headspace that we think it's our truth, and we think that that's just our life and that's how it's always going to be. And I don't know, maybe I can be a mirror for you tonight and tell you that I understand you. I know how that feels, and that if there's anything that I can promise you is that nothing ever stays the same. Okay, and if I can do it, and I've been I've been through a lot, y'all. I've lost my best friend. I've had my boyfriends cheat on me. I have been addicted to pain pills. I mean, I have done some really gnarly things to get those pain pills. I mean, I promise you, if I can, and it's been only 2 years, the girl that I'm telling you about right now, it's only been 2 years since that girl ran my life, since that girl made my choices, since that girl tried to take her life. And I hope that maybe I can just be a mirror for you if you found this video, that you don't have to take that path. Because if you're anything like me, let me tell you something. Even if you go to take that path, you're just going to end right back up here, confused as fuck, like, like, hot spirit. I told you I don't want to be here. You're going to end right back up here. Okay? Because you have purpose here. You do. You are worthy. You are. I don't give a shit what you've done. I don't give a shit what you haven't done that you said you would. I don't care. It doesn't matter. You are worthy. You are capable. And you do have purpose here. But anyways. Hey J Soul, what's up, love? You lost your chickens today. What? What happened to your chickens? Manisha, I love you. I see you. I feel you. I understand you. Any messages towards the online business I am currently building? Wait, didn't I skip somebody? Did I skip somebody? I think I may have skipped somebody. Chrissy. I'm sorry, love. I knew it. I should have said it. I should have said it before I pulled the cards, Chrissy. I should have said it before I pulled the cards because I felt it and I knew it, but it was so simple. I was like, geez. If that's all I say to her, she's probably heard it 1,000 times and it's just going to go in one ear and out the other. What's up, Jesse? Welcome. But Chrissy, this is what I got intuitively and it just showed up on the card. So hear me out. You may have heard it before, but hear me out. Okay? Perpetua. She's one of my favorites. I love Perpetua and I love Thecla. The saint of authenticity. I am my authentic self in all circumstances. The goddess of abundance. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. So here's the thing, Chrissy. I get worried about my love life. So here's the thing. I'm going to try, these are just little short ones, but I'm going to try to give you as much as I can in just this little bit amount of time. Okay? But here is what Spirit wants you to know. When it comes to your love life, there's nothing to worry about. It's never too late. Okay? That's the first thing. The second thing, when it comes to your love life, do you have yourself open or connected to a platform even where you can meet people to go on dates, right? So that's the other thing. Do you have yourself in a position to be able to meet people, right? Because you can't just meet people if you're never going anywhere, right? So you have to put yourself out there. Whether that be online somewhere, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because sometimes there's just this negative stigma about online dating or what the fuck ever. Well, just so you know, I met the love of my life, my twin flame, on YouTube. So tell me, Spirit, can you make it happen? Okay. So that's the thing. Are you putting yourself out there? Meaning, are you going out to places to meet people so that you can go on dates so that you can explore and fall in love, right? Or at least going online so that you can meet people, right? But the second thing, the most important part about this is when you do start to go on those dates, right? The first thing is finding a way to put yourself out there to go on dates, right? Second part, the most important and crucial part. So when it comes to finding your soulmate, your twin flame, your lover, fuck a title, fuck a label. It doesn't matter what you want to call them. Your true love, Chrissy, because he's out there. She's out there. And yes, it's available to you. But the most important thing that you have to remember, Spirit is gently asking you to remember, is that when you are going on these dates, are you being you? Or are you catching the vibe of the person and what you think they think is attractive, what they would like? Are you molding and shaping yourself into being this version of you that will be accepted or attractive to this person? Or are you just being authentic in you? And the most important thing to remember about dating is to take the pressure off, right? I think that as a society, we put way too much pressure on dating, right? It's like we get ready to go on a date and we're like researching this person and trying to figure out what they like. You know, maybe they like books and we're researching books that they've read so that we have something we can talk about so that we seem interesting, or we go out on a date and we set these expectations in our head, and then when the date doesn't turn out to be what we expected it to be, or if the date doesn't lead to where we expected it to lead, then we get disappointed, then we get discouraged, then we feel like something's wrong with us and we take it personal, and it's just like society and mainstream has sabotaged what the dating experience was supposed to be. It's supposed to be this journey of self. And if you haven't noticed, all the things that you do in your life, in one way or another, you're journeying an aspect of yourself. You're learning about a different part of yourself. You're expressing a different part of yourself, right? And the beautiful thing about relationships is that if there's anything that can reflect back to you what you don't want, what you do want, it is an experience with another person, connection with other people. They will show us our fears, our insecurities, right? They will show us maybe what we do want, what we don't want, where we need to put better boundaries. So, Spirit's message to you is that it is willing and waiting for you, baby. But you got to remember to put yourself out there, to be authentic, and to go on the date and just go on the date for fun without the pressure, without any expectations, and allow the journey to unfold naturally and allow yourself to evolve, right? Sometimes we need to go through one, two, three, four, five different relationships until we meet the one so that we can establish who we are in a relationship, what we value in a connection, right? That's what I got for you, baby. And don't get disappointed or discouraged if it doesn't meet the expectation in your head. Trust that Spirit has a plan and allow for it all to unfold naturally. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. All right, I hope that was helpful to you, love. And you don't even, and here's the thing, Chrissy, you don't have to try to find love anymore. So go ahead and take that pressure, that worry, throw it away. That's what Spirit said. Take that shit, ball that shit up real good. This is what you need to do. Ball that shit up real good and then just Be done with it. That's it. That's it. But so let's see. It's getting hot in here. So I did have something. You're welcome, love. But yeah, you don't have to figure out or try to find love. You just got to be authentic, put yourself out there, and love will find you. Okay? How are you doing, GD? How are you? So let's see. Who do I want to ask a question? Who asked a question? Miriam, you go ahead. Yeah, J Soul, you were feeling that too? So I do want to I do want to share then because I wasn't sure. I was like, is it just me? Like I feel like uber sensitive and like vulnerable, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like a baby fresh out the womb, like just I don't know. Like I just feel like I feel everything more intensely today. Does that make sense? Like and what's funny is like there's this innocence to it though. There's this innocence where like and by innocence I mean instead of being like this confident adult, this like, oh, well, this is just a room, or oh, this is just driving in a car. Like I've seen this before. I know what this is. It's almost this energy of I'm doing things that I normally do, but they have a different feeling to them, right? I feel more sensitive to the experience. I feel more sensitive to the energy. And you know what Spirit just said to me? Spirit just said that when you are jumping timelines, that can happen. It's almost like the ego has to catch up, or is it ego? I don't know. A part of you has to catch up to the you that has jumped timelines. What is this? Okay, let me decipher this because let's just see. Let's see what they're saying. Like why we're feeling so sensitive. Why what is this amplification of my senses, right? Like I'm having all the usual experiences that I usually have, but there's this sense of like I'm a little not afraid, but like it feels new. It feels unknown, right? It's not that it's scary, but just the unknown in itself is intimidating, right? So it's like everything looks the same, but everything feels different. Y'all know what I'm saying? It's weird, right? Everything looks the same, but everything feels different. And Spirit said something about that can happen when you jump timelines without fully healing while you're still healing, right? It's like a part of you has already made that jump, but a part of you is still kind of getting a new perspective, shifting a few things emotionally, releasing some things, right? Getting things in order to be able to make that jump. So it's like you're in two places at the same time. So you don't have like all of your energy right now in this moment. Or, okay, here's what it is, that could be true too. But they're saying that, oh, okay, I get it. 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 When you jump timelines and you are healing, why you start to feel so vulnerable, why you start to feel so sensitive. Just like I said, I feel like a baby that just came out of the womb and I'm just really vulnerable and tiny and everything's new to me, right? So it's a little intimidating. So I'm a little like hesitant, right? A little unsure. And they're saying that when you jump timeline chat when you jump timelines in your healing, why everything looks the same but everything feels different is because there is a part of the ego, right? The ego is the one that identifies things. The ego is the one that learns, oh, this is a vape, that learns, oh, this is a computer, right? So a lot of the times when we're healing, it's not the soul that needs to be healed, but the programs of the ego. So when you jump timelines in your healing, there is a part of the ego that is left behind, right? However, why it feels so sensitive, why it feels so new is because the ego is also the part of you, the adult part of you, if you will, that's like telling this newly birthed version of you, this baby you, if you will, that just fresh out the womb. They're like your security blanket. That's what the ego does. It's the security system, it's the protection, right? But a newborn baby doesn't have all this learned behavior, all these learned ideas about the world. You know what I'm saying? Y'all picking this up? But, anyways, apparently that needed to come through. That was interesting. That was interesting. I hope that made sense. I wasn't expecting all that, y'all. I wasn't expecting all that. But y'all feeling what I'm saying? Maybe y'all can pick up some of the pieces. Okay, this is what else they just said. Listen to this. Why you feel so sensitive right now? Why you feel so vulnerable, like a baby fresh out of the womb, innocence, pure, right? But a little unsure, a little hesitant because of this feeling of the unknown, this feeling of the new, this feeling of uncharted territory. Why it feels that way is because the ego is like I just said, the ego is the protection mechanism, right? The ego is the armor that we put on. And a lot of the times, our wounds are created through a false sense of armor that is protecting us from our wound. So when we heal a wound, that false sense of security that the ego has created falls away and leaves us what? Raw, without that protection that was never really protection to begin with, but a coping mechanism to protect us, not from the world, but from our own ideas, from our own perceptions of things that have happened to us in the past, from our own emotions, right? So that's why it feels so sensitive. That armor, that protection of the ego falls away when you jump that timeline after healing. Ooh, okay. Interesting. I like that. I tried to make that more. You know what? See, your spirit trying to. I can feel my higher self talking, and I'm trying to talk at the same time. So I keep wanting to say I, and they keep wanting to say Brooke, and I'm trying to say I and not say Brooke so I don't sound weird talking about myself, but it's really not myself in the third person. They trying to make me weird. This is me, y'all. This is what you get on Empress of Duality. Random live stream. 11:11. Can't make this shit up. Spirit come through. I can't make this shit up, y'all. 11:11. I love it. I love this shit. Oh wow, really? So let's get a card. Let's get a card on that energy. That's fun. Okay. How do y'all like my new cards? Aren't they beautiful? Oh, it ain't easy feeling vulnerable like a baby, though. Oh, no, it is not. No, it is not. Do you know, though, the only reason I've been able to become more comfortable in my vulnerability is because I know that my vulnerability is the key to my power, right? Because when you are feeling vulnerable, that means you're connected. You're tapped in, tuned in, turned the fuck on to your senses, to your emotions, to your ego, to your higher self. You are all the way tapped in. And vulnerability leads to intimacy. Into me, I see. Intimacy leads into authenticity. And when you all are being authentic in who you are, baby, that's your superpower right there. Can't nobody tell you shit. Can't nobody tell you shit. However, I know I sound all big and bad, but I wouldn't have been able to do that without other people, like me slowly coming out of my shell, slowly being more vulnerable with people, slowly learning to trust other people with my emotions, slowly learning to trust people in my vulnerability because some people, and I did at one time, perceived vulnerability as weakness. So we don't want to show our vulnerability because we think it's weakness, but it's really not, because it takes fucking courage and strength to be able to be vulnerable in front of people. But I could not have, at least I couldn't have learned as quickly as I did to be vulnerable without people choosing to love me, man. When I felt vulnerable, when I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. I felt weird, like taboo, just weak. And people were still just, Danny, you're fucking beautiful. I love you. I believe in you. So having people that are going to respect and appreciate and honor your vulnerability is a really beautiful tool to have. In Hurana, I gotta learn how to say these names. If I'm gonna read the cards, I gotta learn how to say the names. I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. Hi, Lex. Welcome, love. Welcome. German. I'm gonna see if I can pronounce your name. Figueredo. 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 I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like I don't have the whatever your tongue's supposed to do to make that sound right. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I don't have that. I feel like I'm handicapped. That's not fair. But I like your energy. Your energy is, I like it. I like your energy a lot. So thank you for being here. You make the space a lot of fun. You light up the space, is what I'm saying. But dang, I've already been up here for almost an hour. What have we been doing? What the heck? You see what I mean though? When we get up here and chill, didn't y'all just like forget about everything for a little bit? It's so nice. Makes me want to cry. I feel so relieved. Right? You just need a break from your motherfucking self sometimes. Like, for real. Inner child. Listen, my inner child is used to cuss words. Okay. So yes, I can sit here in a onesie and I can say motherfucking. Welcome to Empress of Duality. How you doing? Okay. But for real, like sometimes I know for me, like I'm a Scorpio and the lifestyle of a Scorpio is just so intense all the time. I just need a break. I need a break from my fucking self. Let's see. There was something else I wanted to tell y'all something. Already said that. Margot. Hello, welcome. Welcome. Hey, Tanya. Girl, did I even say hey to you? So let me see. I know a few of y'all wanted to ask a question. So let me see. I'm going to use my intuition. Miriam. Miriam, are you still here? Oh, I love that question, Miriam. I don't think that's silly. I love it. I love that you're interested. Miriam. I'll do like if Miriam's here, I'll do her. And then we'll see. You're welcome, German. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. You have a very flattering personality. I say that and like I don't know you, but you gotta understand. I'm like intuitive as fuck. So like I just be saying things that I feel from people and then I don't know. You know, some people they're like, you don't know me, like you don't know how I am, but like you can feel people, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you know about that life though. So let's see. All right, I guess Miriam's not here. Probably gonna bounce soon, y'all. I just wanted to show up for a little bit. I will be doing what's the date? I will be doing the December readings soon for the signs. Be doing some live streams. Y'all gonna probably see some weird stuff from me lately. I'm just to a point in my life, y'all, where I get so unhappy not being me or suppressing me or having to be a version of myself for people to feel accepted or believing that I have to do my channel or my business a certain way for to be successful, that I'm to a point where it's just like I want this 10 of cups right here. I don't want this fucking 10 of cups. Look at this. Look at this. It's still the 10 of cups, right? But look at it. Do you want this 10 of cups? Or do you want this 10 of cups? I want this one. And what I have learned is to get this 10 of cups right here, not this shit. I have to do what makes me happy. Me. And, you know, I've been picking that up for some people too. Some of you may feel like you are a burden to other people, to your family, to your friends. Maybe you're going through a little bit of a rough patch in your life where you went through the whole death and rebirth process and had to leave some addictions behind, had to leave some people behind, some friends, some places, some jobs, and maybe feeling a little bit lost. Maybe you lost your job, maybe you lost your car, right? It's just this, you're in this vulnerable position where you can't do it all on your own, but you tell yourself that you're a burden if you ask for anybody's help. Y'all ever feel that way? Like you're lonely, you don't know what to do, you need people's help, you need a therapist or you need a coach, you need somebody to fucking inspire you, you need somebody to just take some of the responsibility off your shoulders, but you feel like asking for what you need or asking for what you want is being burdensome to someone else. And I just want to gently remind you that you're not a burden. That asking and commanding, even not demanding, but commanding your space, commanding your needs, commanding your boundaries, asking for what you want, that is self-love. Don't let the ego confuse you into believing that you're a burden if you ask for help. if you ask for the things that you want. Because there are things that we need or things that we want, but our mind convinces us that if we ask for it, this person's gonna think this shitty thought about us. This person's gonna be annoyed that they have to make time to come pick us up, to take us somewhere. Our mind convinces us all this stuff, assuming now, right? Because you're not doing it. So you're just assuming all of this shit in your head without any tangible evidence. And maybe you've had some evidence that it would go down like that in the past, but you don't know until you try. But I just wanted to gently remind you that asking for what you need or want is not weak. You are not a burden. You are worthy of a life that is fulfilling. If you need help, I promise you that Spirit can provide you with the people, the places, the opportunities that can give you what you need to get you back on your feet. But you do have to ask. And that is self-love. That is putting yourself first. And that is the first step to empowerment, to creating a life for yourself that you choose, not a life where you feel abandoned, in a life where you are in pain, abandoned and lonely, in a life where you are suffering. I promise you, there's a way out. You have to choose it. And you are always one choice away from living a completely different life. 1123, 1123. That's taking steps, right? Listen, some of y'all need a fucking lot, right? I've been there, done that. I've needed a lot. I've needed a lot of help. There were a lot of things that I wanted. And when I would start to think about what I needed to get to a place where I felt even okay or I felt good, oh my God, it was so overwhelming. I didn't even know where to begin. And that 1123, that is a reminder, just step by step by step by step. And that's all you got to worry about. You're not even worry, but that's all you got to take responsibility for. Write a little list and check it off. All right, y'all. It's been like an hour. My cheeks are getting tired. And I think Miriam left. But I'll pop back up soon and I'll do some more free mini readings for you guys. But I love y'all. I'll see you soon. I just wanted to come in and just create a space where you could hang out and maybe just take a break from your damn self, because we need that sometimes. We need a break from ourselves, a break from our lives. But I'll see y'all soon, and I love you. Don't forget to drop a like. And good night. Bye, German. It was good to have you tonight. Good night, Tanya and everyone else. Thank you for dropping by. I hope that these messages were inspiring. I hope that they were relaxing. You know, we had a lot going on, and I hope that it just took a little bit of the pressure off of you for a little bit. And I hope that you can feel in this space that everything is going to be okay. You are going to be okay. You are not alone. I can promise you that. And you are worthy of a life that you choose. And if you have felt that in this space, take that with you. And I'll be back to see you guys soon. I love you. Empress of Duality. Oh.